I don't know who
We are live. We are live, and we're doing a follow-up to the video that everyone wanted to see, right? So we did a video called Top Cities for Blacks to Retire to Abroad for $1,500 or less.
that was in April.
That was in April. That's
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, time
So
flies.
we changed the criteria.
Yeah, we did change it, but guess what? Africa didn't make it again.
Spoiler alert, Africa didn't make the list again.
No.
So, and we'll tell you why, but basically we did expand, the weather. We really took into account freedom scores, and we did not take into account whether they had a large Black English speaking community there, off the top. We're going to get into everything that we went through, but
Yes.
first, I guess we should introduce ourselves. Hey, y'all, my name is Halisi.
And I'm Rick. Welcome to our Black Utopia.
On our channel, we talk about money, travel, and retiring abroad as we build generational wealth. But first, what are we going to talk about?
We're going to talk about all these different cities and, how much it costs to live there, what kind of buying power you get, the temperatures of some of them, and the political landscape.
Yeah.
You got to make sure wherever you choose to retire in, what the political landscape is like.
Well, you don't want to get out of the frying pan and into the fire, right? But first, if you're new to our channel, about 6.5 years ago now, Rick and I had a wake-up call as we were getting close to retirement age, looked at our savings account, looked at our retirement accounts, and it looked crazy. Yeah, but 3 years ago, we got our financial act together and we went from negative 22,000 over 800,000 in net worth. And you can do that too. So please, if this content sounds interesting to you, hit the like, hit the subscribe, that notification bell so that you know every time we drop a new video. I know today is going to be a little bit interesting because a good chunk of our audience is over there at Exodus Summit, as I'm supposed to be. But you're our audience. Everyone in our audience is not a Black female, so they cannot go to Exodus Summit. And we want to make sure that we keep this content coming. So let's go over the criteria first, and then we'll get right into the countries. All right. So the criteria we used for this list, now I'm just looking over here, folks. I'm sorry, but I've got my notes. We got lots of notes. We did lots of research, and the databases that we used are in the Ready to Retire toolkit. So I will put that on the screen momentarily. But the criteria we used for this list, as we said, is a big difference. For every single country, we looked for a large city and then a smaller city town.
Right.
Unless only one or two came up, then it's just those two. We expanded the weather a bit for a range of 30 degrees on the low side and 107 on the high side. But those are not the averages. That's just what it gets up to and what it gets down to. All right.
Well, maybe not for Merida.
No, Merida, I think, stays between 80 and 105.
You're in the jungle, folks.
Right, with all of that humidity. We did not consider whether there was a large, cohesive Black English-speaking community there, because what we figured is that if you are dedicated to this place, maybe you're going to be like Christina and Aman of Our Rich Journey, and bring everybody to Portugal, or Michelle Wedderburn of Expats Mexico, Expat Life Mexico, who brought everybody to San Miguel de Allende, right? So maybe you're that person who's going to start building that community there. So even though we didn't look at how many Black folks were already there, or if there was a Black community, we did look at the discrimination scores. And so it had to have low discrimination scores, right? Low crime and pollution, high walkability. And, the freedom scores rate people's access to political and civic rights, right? Civil rights.
Yeah, if you can protest every once in a while without being violent, if that would be okay. Some places you can't do that.
Yeah, if you have access to reproductive health rights as a woman, right? So all of those things were taken into consideration. And so, so that's where we are. Let's see who has joined us today. Hello, Tunisia. How are you? Good to see you in the
Tanisha.
chat.
Action VJ.
Yes, Winnie B watching Exodus Summit while watching here. Oh, you are so good. You are so good. I know that they were having some technical difficulties, so I was trying to catch some and be here and do my research and everything at the same time. It's pretty crazy. Hey there, Action VJ. I wasn't sure if you were going live today. I am. You know, I'm in Exodus Summit at the same time. Hey, Greta. Good
Hey, Greta.
afternoon. Summertime, love your name. Hey there from North Carolina. And Rhonda. Rhonda, did we get you into the Facebook group? If not, email me again because I've been looking for you. Carla, good to see you from Phoenix. Don Cole, hey there. Margaret, good to see you. Mind your business, 82. So you're in the Exodus Summit too. Yeah, it's good, y'all.
I snuck a peek a couple of times. I walked in the room and kind of stood behind and watched. Yeah, it is good.
Yeah, if you did not get tickets to Exodus Summit, you definitely need to get tickets for the replays of this summit. There is some good information on how to make money so that these countries that we're about to give you become a reality for you, right? Killer Queen, I watch all your live streams and we'll be in Lisbon next week for a scouting trip. Hey there.
Yeah.
So send us an email. Yeah, send us an email. We love doing meetups. Hey, is it Shana or Shauna? I'm going to say Shauna, but
Shauna.
Please correct me.
I think it's Shauna.
Please correct me. Yeah, definitely. Hey, Auntie Trey.
Auntie
Hey
Trey,
there
how
from
you
the
doing?
ATL and Don. Vicky from New Jersey. Oh, thank you, Don. I didn't even read. I just read your name. Thank you. You like it? And Nubia Net is here.
Hey, Nubia Net.
Very good. Hey, Barbara from Connecticut. We've got Vanessa Ruiz, Travel Artistry by VR. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So we're going to get right into it. We don't want to take any more time here. What is the first country on our list?
I believe the first country is, and some people might have a hard time believing this, but it's Croatia.
Croatia, y'all.
Croatia.
So Croatia, we will give the basics on how to give residency as well. We're talking over this video. I hope y'all can hear us. Healthcare there is high. Crime there is low. They're a free country. And guess what? Croatia logs in as very, very undiscriminatory.
Yeah.
When folks ask if they minded having a neighbor of a different race, it was like 2% or something. It was really, really low.
And
yes.
the first city you're looking at is Split, Split, in Croatia. It's a beautiful, beautiful place.
Yes. And then the smaller city town is Zadar. And so Zadar, it also high health care, low crime rate. The freedom is the freedom because that goes with the country. High walkability. So in both of these places, you can live there for under $2,500 a month. Two folks in a 2-bedroom apartment outside of the city center for less than $2,500 US per month.
Yeah. And some of the things I've read about Croatia itself are, we got to go there. We got to check it out.
Yes.
We've been to Croatia before. We were in Dubrovnik. The only reason Dubrovnik did not make the cut was because of the healthcare. The healthcare was medium.
Yeah.
And, that could change. That could change at any given time. So, but Dubrovnik was a nice place. It's a beautiful place. Actually, Dubrovnik is where they filmed, what was it?
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, yes. We went on the Game of Thrones tour while we were in Dubrovnik. It's very beautiful, very beautiful.
Yes. And so now on our list is now Split, Croatia, as well as Zadar. So if you guys have not heard of these places, please do your Googles. Do your Googles because Croatia is now on our list. So Split, I'm just going to give a little bit more information. Split is the second largest city in Croatia. It's the largest city in the Dalmatia and the largest city on the Croatian coast. It lies on the eastern shore of the Adriatic Sea and is spread over a central peninsula and its surroundings. So it's a mix of modern life and ancient history with ruins dating back to the Roman Empire era. It has a bustling waterfront, fresh seafood served daily in many of the restaurants in town. So Split is definitely well worth a visit.
Yeah.
Zadar.
Zadar is the next one. Zadar is the oldest continuously inhabited Croatian city.
That's pretty amazing.
That truly is.
Yeah, it dates back to like the 700s, 1100s, something like that.
8th century.
Yeah, the 8th century, the 700s. Yep.
8th century. There's also a grand 12th century at St. Antonicia, I believe I'm saying that right, cathedral, and around the 9th century pre-Romanesque church of
St. Donatus. So these are, some
cool totally
cool places that you can visit. They have sprawling national parks, a fascinating historic center, an enviable restaurant scene. So both places seem to be like foodie capitals a little bit, very low crime, and that is Croatia. Now, how do you get residency and what is the deal? The financial requirements to get residency in Croatia are $2,319 US per month. And then you only have to add, unlike some countries, 10% for each additional dependent. So the main person who is applying, right, has to have that $2,300 a month, and then 10% more for a spouse, for a dependent, for your kid, or whatever. Come on, folks. Croatia. So that is Croatia in a nutshell. What is next on our list, sweetheart?
The next one's going to be Italy.
Well, why you got to do this?
I don't know. It's always in the movies. Speak with your hands.
Yeah. Yes. Italy is the next one. You're so funny.
I'm sorry.
Italy is the next one on our list. And there was only one city that came up in Italy, and that's Cagliari. They don't pronounce the G. I've never taken Italian.
The thing said Cagliari or something like that.
Cagliari.
Yeah.
We thought he was saying Kanye.
Yeah, it almost sounded like he was saying Kanye. I was like, oh, Lord have mercy.
So anyway, the cost, we didn't talk about the buying power in Croatia. We got to get back to that. The cost to live in Cagliari is $2,153 per month. Everything that we're listing here is for two folks in a 2-bedroom apartment just outside the city center. The population's about 154,000. Healthcare, high. Crime, low. Freedom, it's free. And it's very, very walkable.
Very walkable.
The only thing I want to say about Italy is I do not believe that like reproductive rights are 100%. I think that it's only for the life of the mom, but I might be thinking about Spain. Again, all of this information you can find in the database that's in our Ready to Retire Toolkit. Link is down in the description. So the city of Cagliari boasts a long coastline of 8 miles, and Poeto is the popular beach in Cagliari, which becomes a center for meetings and nightlife in the hot summer evenings, thanks to the many restaurants and bars on the waterfront, right?
There's also an underground city.
Yeah.
That you can tour.
Which is pretty fascinating. There was an underground city in one of the places we went to in Greece, but we didn't
go to it.
We didn't go to it. So we've got so many places to visit, and we'll be taking you guys with us.
And we've been looking at different places to go through throughout the year because of pricing. Oh my God, airline prices are like.
Yeah, we started looking, okay, how much, like if we said, oh, let's go to Italy for lunch, let's go visit Cagliari. The tickets, it costs more for us to get from here to Porto, from Lisbon to Porto, than it does to get from Lisbon to Rome.
Yeah.
We saw tickets from Lisbon to Rome, Lisbon to Paris, Lisbon to
I
Versailles,
want to say 48 euro.
under $50 round trip per person.
Yeah. Of course, we'd stay longer than lunch, but
But we could go for a weekend on that cost,
oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I was looking for house sits. Y'all know I was looking for house sits. So let's go back to Croatia and talk about buying power, because this is very important. In Split, your buying power, and this is all in relationship to Manhattan. So if you are a United States citizen, you understand Manhattan is like 100, what it cost, $100 worth of goods in Manhattan would only cost $55 for those same goods in Split, Croatia. So it's 50% cheaper. You have basically 50% more buying power, or 100% more buying power if you look at it that way, because 50 plus 50, but it's 55%. So, and then in Zadar, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
what is it?
40
And 30 cents.
Yeah, 30 cents or euro.
No, that's dollars.
Is it dollars?
Yep.
It is
It's
dollars in Croatia.
So I mean, they might, I don't know what their currency is, but what we're telling you is how many US dollars. Now, once you convert that, if the dollar is higher than the, I want to say krona or something like that, it starts with a K in Croatia, then you're even better off, right? But as it stands now, it cost $40.30 to buy $100 worth of goods in Manhattan.
Yeah,
So
don't mind me. I'm on euros.
So yeah,
I'm stuck on euros.
So if you guys get that, $100 worth of goods only cost $40 in Zadar, $55 in Split, and then in Italy, in Cagliari, that $100 worth of goods will cost you $66.90. That's pretty amazing.
That's pretty good.
And so when you think about how you're going to retire on time, how you're going to retire early, or period, for some of us is how we going to retire, period. Y'all, trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. So we're going to take a break right now and take a couple of questions. I just want to let you know, we have not been to all of these cities. We have been to Italy. We have been to Croatia. I think we've been to every country that's on our list, but we haven't been to every city that's on our list. So we can answer some general questions about the country, but not necessarily about that city. Thank you, Mind Your Business. And Croatia has a digital nomad visa. I think I'm going to look into it. Great, because you see the cost there at $23.19 per month. The other thing that you need for Croatia is a valid passport, with 3 months, with at least 3 months still on it. A criminal record background check. Information on where your money's coming from or how you're going to support yourself. Then, of course, if you're married, then you'll have to show your marriage certificate while bringing your spouse. They also require health insurance and then the fees. And that is it. And then once you get into country, just like Portugal, their immigration department will run a background check on you there. If you've never been there or you've only been there to visit and scout, it's a non-starter, right? So that is Croatia. For Italy, it's a little bit more. If you're applying alone, it's 38,000 euro. If you're applying as 31,000 alone, 38,000 if you're applying as a couple. So $38,000 a year is what a couple would need to qualify for their self-sufficiency. Again, proof of lodging, health insurance, a valid passport, passport size pictures, and any marriage documents and things like that you might need to prove that you guys are married, especially if both names are not on all bank accounts, 401k accounts, brokerage accounts. Then it really becomes important, if you're married, to have that marriage certificate so both can get credit for all of that money. So, yeah. Okay, La Cubana, the government just came out with a digital nomad visa. That must be for Croatia. Yes, yes, yes.
I think it's for here too. What was I reading?
Well, the digital nomad visa is the D7 visa.
No, I was reading something about a different visa that's just been put out.
Portugal is about to come out with 4 or 5 more different visa types. And their immigration department, SEF, is in the process of reorging, and which is supposed to be complete by December 31st. Y'all, they are so far behind. They are so far behind. Portugal's on our list. You know Portugal's on our list. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, I sent you an article to your Facebook page that Portugal is launching a digital nomad visa. Oh, a specific
right.
on October 30th.
Yes.
I thought it was
That's what
December 31st.
I was just reading about.
Okay. Need to make at least $2,700 per month.
Right. Right. I just read that.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Why not just do the D7? Is the digital nomad visa easier? I wonder. So we'll do some research on that and let you know. Not right now, of course, but there's 3 more visas coming out as well. They need to be able to handle the visas they got. That's what I think. Did Croatia used to be Yugoslavia? I believe so.
Yes.
All of that area, Croatia, part of Montenegro.
Yes, they used to be a part of Yugoslavia.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I was going to pull up like a 1970s map and compare it to the European map of today, because when we went to school back in the day, these countries did not exist. They did not exist. So, mind your business. Portugal is finally doing their digital nomad visa. I just Googled last night, but couldn't find anything. So y'all will help each other out with that. Question, Halisi, Italy, like Cuba, has walk-in abortions only for the sake of a mother or baby's health. Yeah. Yep. And so I did want to mention that, because when we talk about freedoms, reproductive rights are part of that, and how women are treated are part of that. And so, yeah, Greece is the same way, but I don't even think that they allow it. There's certain countries that we looked at. It was like, even to save a mother's life, nah, we ain't doing it. So, wow, amazing airline cost, right? Do they upcharge for bags, seat selection, etc.? No, this is not Spirit Airlines. Mm-hmm. This is not Spirit Airlines. Now, they might upcharge for a check-in, some of them. The one that starts with an R. Ryanair. Ryanair, I believe, you can have a carry-on and a personal bag, but they might charge for check-in bags. So, hey, y'all will know. Hey, Valerina, y'all will know when we do these trips. How far is it from Russia and Ukraine? Will war there impact it? Italy just got a new right-wing president. Sounds scary to me. How would that impact travel and residency there? We will see.
Yeah, we
will
know.
See. And then obviously Russia is, how close are they physically? Since Croatia used to be part of the USSR, right? It is relatively close. But you can Google that and pull up a map. How close is Russia into invading Croatia? Not close. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what Putin is doing. But I think that either Montenegro or Croatia, one of them does not have a military. So I think, hell will come down on Russia invading someplace that doesn't have a military. I want to stay in the U.S., but like a second home, either outside Lisbon or Tangier. Okay. All right. Is there an age restriction with student visas? No, not that I know of. Because I do know people who have been in their 30s and 40s and gotten student visas. So if there's an age restriction, it's after 40 years old at least. Hey, Roger, how you doing? What do you think about the rise of the right wing in Italy? Yeah. Um, I'm just glad that Portugal did not go that way. We just had our election about 7 months ago. And I wasn't here to, and even if I were, I wouldn't have been able to vote, but they did vote in the right folks. So I think Italy is a wait and see. And there was only one city that came up on our Italian list, interestingly enough. So,
It's a wait and see.
it's
All
a
you
wait
can
and
do is
see.
wait and see.
It's a wait and see, right? Let's see what this guy is going to do. Because here's the thing, folks.
It's a woman, I believe.
Woman, whatever. Here's the thing. Britain elected a right winger, right? That party, which put in all of those folks who tried to do Brexit and whoever's in there now. Britain's on our list as well, or the UK. And their version of right wing is pretty liberal compared to some of the crap that they are doing in the United States. So, however, the UK, unlike Italy, does not have a strong church presence. When you start throwing God in there, folks start getting crazy.
God said, leave me out of it.
Right? I ain't got nothing to do with this. Okay. So Greta's giving us a correction. Remote workers who make at least $27.50 a month can apply to Portugal's new digital nomad visa starting October 30. Okay, so maybe the money was wrong. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. Hey, Layla from San Diego. Malta won't let you get a DNC if you're dying. I'm not. I guess a digital nomad. I guess that's what that is, Ms. Molly. Okay, so put a Q in front of your questions if you have a question. And oh my goodness. So, we might have to do a whole video on the countries that have digital nomad visas. Like for those folks who love to travel, but still have to work as they're building their wealth to retire early. Yeah. So if you'd like us to do a video, it probably would be recorded, a video on all of the different places that have digital nomad visas and what the requirements are. Let us know in the chat. If you're watching from the future, hey, say hello. and in the comments, let us know if you'd like to see that. Okay, so we are going to go to our next country,
which is Mexico.
Yes, we cannot do, first of all, y'all know we have residency in Mexico.
That's our second home.
That is our second home. The two places that made the list for Mexico are
Querétaro
and
Madeira.
No,
Merida. I'm thinking about, what am I thinking about?
Madeira. The island. So yes, Querétaro and Madeira and Merida. See, now I'm doing it.
I got you.
Now, folks, we know that Merida is hot. How did it make this list? I do not know, but it did make the list. It must be that it's just constantly hot. Maybe it's, between 80 and 105 all the time. But it did make the list, and we put that temperature gauge down at 107. So both Querétaro and Merida have low crime rates. Y'all know that Merida is the second safest city in all of North America. So they have a low crime rate. Freedom. Here's the thing about Mexico. Mexico is only partially free. We know that they limit reproductive right, health care, etc. But their discrimination scores were very low. We know that there's a low cost of living, and their walkability is 99, 97%, respectively. Now, cost for Querétaro and the buying power.
$1,375. Now, this is dollars. $1,375.
It's certainly not pesos, because that'd be like $1.
To make sure. $1,375.
Yes.
For two, in a 2-bedroom apartment off a city center.
That's right. And then the buying power is $57.64. So what it costs you to $100 worth of stuff in Manhattan would cost you $57.64 in Querétaro. Anything else we want to say? So Santiago de Queretaro is a city in central Mexico. It's known for its well-preserved Spanish colonial architecture, such as the striking pink stone aqueduct. Notable Baroque buildings include Santa Rosa de Viterbo Church. The nearby San Francisco Church is in Xenia Garden, the city's main square. In the old church convent, there is Querétaro Regional Museum displaying pre-Hispanic colonial and Republican artifacts. So today it is a very important industrial and tourist center, attracting both local and international visitors. In 1996, the city's area of historic monuments was declared a World Heritage UNESCO site. So that is Querétaro. And
they do have a decent sized Black population there.
They do, actually.
Expat.
Querétaro does.
Yes.
Querétaro does. And y'all know that Lamar and Angela, how could I forget? Hey, Angela, sorry, baby. I love you. We did interview them. They live in Querétaro. And so check out their YouTube channel, Lamar and Angela. Mérida. Mérida is the vibrant capital of the Mexican state of the Yucatan. It has a rich Mayan and colonial heritage. The city's focal point is Plaza de la Independencia, bordered by the fortress-like Mérida Cathedral and white limestone's Iglesia de la I can pronounce this. If my Spanish tutor is watching, Lord have mercy. She's probably watching. So, Iglesia de la Tercera Orden. Both colonial era churches built using relics from ancient Mayan temples. The Casa de Montejo, a 16th century mansion, is a landmark of colonial plasteresque architecture. Okay, so that is Mérida and Querétaro, Mexico. Now, folks, both places get hot.
And Mérida's, we didn't go over the financials on it or anything like that, but Mérida is a little bit more costly than Querétaro.
Cost effective.
It's $1,447.
Oh, so the rents.
So rents are higher, a little bit higher.
Interesting. So, okay. So you can live in Querétaro for $1,375. This is all according to the Earth Awaits. This is in our Ready to Retire toolkit. I keep saying that and then I don't put it up. So I'm going to go ahead and put that up. One sec, guys. So that's where you can get the Ready to Retire toolkit. And I'll get back to comments. So Mérida is $1,447, but you have more buying power. Right?
How much did we have in the other one?
So
we had 57.
You need to go like that. So right. Querétaro, it costs $57 to get $100 worth of goods, right? Okay. But in Mérida, it costs $38 to get $100 worth of goods. So it must be the rents.
It kind of,
must be the rents. All these Americans moving to Mérida, right?
A lot of Americans moving to Mérida. Mérida also has a decent sized black aspect.
Yes, it has a thriving black
and that's where if you need help moving to Mérida, we have I like to call him a friend, Cortez.
Yeah, Cortez. Definitely. He has a YouTube channel. Everything Mérida, he knows.
He knows, and he will get you there and help you move there, and everybody. Cortez Ross.
Yeah, Cortez Ross.
Yeah, reach out, look out for him.
So to get residency in Mexico, we have done this before. We've got other videos on getting residency in Mexico, but for those of you who are new to our channel or just watching this video, we're going to tell you. Cover letter addressed to the Mexican embassy explaining the reason for requesting the visa and stating your full name and address and passport number. Information about your pension, such as where you receive it and what amount, although you're going to have to provide that documentation anyway. Whether you have any investments, your address in Mexico, and the address in your home country. I gave them an Airbnb address, y'all. It's not that deep. the date when you will travel, and which part you will enter through. And then they're also going to want to know why. Why do you want residency in Mexico? And she asked us, although our letter stated it, she did ask us why.
Mm-hmm.
That was at the Denver consulate. So you'll need bank statements from 6 months. I provided a year, proving that you received a set monthly income. Now the amount. The amounts vary, unfortunately, depending upon which embassy / consulate you visit. But let's say it's going to be between $2,000 and $4,000 per month, depending. So do your Googles and find the consulate near you that has the lowest proof of income, right? So they're going to want your bank statements, your investment statements, your 401k or whatever retirement account statements, and all of that, as well as marriage certificate or anything else. So that's kind of standard. All right.
So Kimberly,
Let's see, I'm going back to make sure I didn't miss anything. So this is where we were. 47 new digital nomad visas.
We went there.
My cousin is on. Hey, Cynthia. Are you still in San Diego? Let me know. And are you saving money and investing it? All right. Oh. Okay, first of all, you don't have to say your cousin. Girl, I know who you are. She's my first cousin, y'all. My first cousin. I know who you are. Are these in order? I thought Mexico would be higher. These are in no particular order. These are the order that we wrote them on our research list. That's it. Yeah, this is not like from the best to the worst, because Portugal is almost last. So it's kind of in alphabetical order by country, not by city. So yeah. That was VJ. I heard the healthcare in Merida, Mexico was very good. Yes, both Merida, the healthcare is very high. In Querétaro, the healthcare is high. So there's nothing on our list that has healthcare any lower than high. Some of the cities in Croatia, some of the cities in Mexico and in Portugal did not make the list because their healthcare was just somewhat good. Why move someplace for somewhat good when you can have very good, right? So if you just move the city over. All right. We'll see what other questions, and then we'll go to our next one. Please do the video on digital. Okay, Josette, I hear you. Hybrid info desk. Where I am, 100,000 will get you a second passport and residency visa. Anywhere else can you buy property and get a visa and residency instantly? There's a lot of places have golden visas. I want to know, hybrid info desk, where you are that has a golden visa that's only $100,000. The Portugal instant visa, you have to invest $500,000, $500,000.
I don't know why it keeps doing that, but
our ring notification keeps going off. Yeah, you might want to just turn that off. Let's see. Yeah, I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. How do I get my nieces and nephews connected to your live chat? So send them over to YouTube. Our Black Utopia is our YouTube channel. Some people are watching on Facebook. Hey, give a thumbs up if you're on Facebook. If you're watching from LinkedIn, hey, say hello and let us know that it's all working. I am from Amsterdam. It is our capital. Most of us speak English very well. Yep. It is safe, clean, great healthcare, and public transit. Lots of people of color from around the world. We know. And it's expensive. Y'all, we're going to visit. Adelia Borchade, who was on our channel last week, just came back from Amsterdam. She also visited Sweden, Norway, muy caro. So gotcha, man. We are looking for places where you can live for under $2,500 per month total for two folks in a 2-bedroom apartment just outside the city center. Jumping in quickly, Halisi and Rick from Stephanie Perry's session on getting your clients from you.
Hey, Karen.
See, that's the one I want. And she would have to do it during our live. So I'm going to have to watch the replay. Girl, watch this replay. Go get your questions in over there and ask some questions for me, because inquiring minds want to know. Stephanie Perry, if you are a Black woman and you want to do YouTube, if you are part of a couple that has a Black woman in it wants to do YouTube, you need to take Stephanie Perry's course. Get the Netherlands. The Netherlands has the DAFT, which is great for Americans. Do you know about this? No, I did not. And no place in the Amsterdam or no place in the Netherlands showed up on our list when we did our Googles. So I don't know what the cost of living is there, but gotcha, man. If you could go into Numbeo and type in Amsterdam, it will have the cost of living for two folks outside the city center, and then drop that in the chat, because I want to know. The other thing is the weather. Does it get too cold? We ain't trying to do snow unless it's up in the mountains where we can take our skis up. Well, I can take my skis up there and go skiing. Halisi, do you and Rick know about, I think that's called Oaxaca.
Oaxaca?
Mexico.
Yeah, that's Oaxaca.
Yes, we do. And we will be visiting there. We've got some friends there, but it did not come up on the list. So look at the crime rates, La Cubana, because that might be why it did not come up. We put in low crime rates. So any place, and when I want to talk about crime rates, because the crime rates in the United States are high. In Denver, murder is happening every day, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times per day. If I did my Googles on Numbeo or the earthquakes for Denver, I bet you it would say relatively low or somewhat low, which is unfair, because murders are not happening in these other places like they are happening in the United States.
Right.
But you have to remember who is creating these databases, who is adding to them, because they're kind of crowdsourced in some ways. And then that will give you an idea of, some places should be possibly on here, especially as a Black woman coming from America. Look, I have felt safer in most of these other places than I have felt in all of the other places that I've felt just walking down we don't walk down the street aimlessly in the evening in America and just walk, unless it is, like Westwood in LA or something where everybody is out there walking, going from restaurant to restaurant and stuff like that. But if it's not that, we don't do that.
Yeah.
We don't do that, but we would here, right? So, hi, are you still in Portugal? Baby, we live in Portugal. So yes, Edna, we are in Portugal. How do I reach Cortez? What's Cortez? What's the name of his?
That's what I was just trying to remember.
Okay, he's going to look up his YouTube channel. Cortez is the man.
He's the bomb.
The smaller villages just outside of the large cities are much more affordable. Also, housing is high, but everything else is low. Okay. Interesting. So I'm going to write down Amsterdam and the surrounds, and we're going to do some research, and we will have some information to talk about later on. Gotcha, man. So let's keep going, because we have got more. Auntie Trey is great. I've always wanted to go to Amsterdam. We're going to go. So, all right, let's go to our next country. We've talked, so far we've got Croatia. We've got Split and Zadar in Croatia. We have Cagliari in Italy. And we have Querétaro and Mérida in Mexico. What do you think our next country is? I'm going to take us off screen while this plays. maybe I can do it that way. No, that's not working. I'm adding this back to the stream. Healthcare is very high. And I don't know if you guys could hear, if I did it mute us? I don't think it muted us. It might have muted us. So I'm going to go back. Sevilla, healthcare, high, crime, low, freedom, free. Walkability is 99%. Alicante, walkability is 99%. High freedom, crime is low. Healthcare is very high. And the population is 333,000. Now, cost of living. In Sevilla, 2 people, 2-bedroom apartment outside of the city center can live there for $1,948 per month, less than $2,000. And buying power, $87 will buy you $100 worth of goods. In Alicante, the cost of living is about the same, $1,940 for you to live. And the buying power is $82 for $100 worth of good. So I'd say 20 to 30% less than it costs, the buying power, than Manhattan. But there's no way. You can't even rent a studio barely for $2,000 in Manhattan. Well, maybe $1,800. I don't know. Manhattan is out of control. So Sevilla is the 4th largest city in Spain and the capital of the Andalusian province. Sevilla, famous and known as the birthplace for flamenco dancing and music. It is also known for its architectural design. It is the largest city in southern Spain. It was said to have been built by Hercules himself.
Hercules.
Is Hercules a real person? I thought that was like a god or something.
No, he wasn't a god.
Okay. And its fascinating history make it one of Spain's most intriguing places to visit. You know that there's a heavy Islamic influence in Sevilla. So the architecture is just beautiful. In Alicante, it is known for its nice and sandy beaches, great climate, and laid-back vibe with numerous parks, cute historical center with narrow streets, colored houses, and a lively nightlife scene. It's a city that offers a fantastic quality of life. That's Alicante. Alicante made our list the last time too. And right. And so if you guys don't know, AG3 family lives in Sevilla, Spain. So if you want more information about living in Sevilla, check out the AG3 family. They were on our channel back in August. So there's another video that you can check out. What else do we need to say? Granada was also on our list, but it was not as intriguing as those other two. And so we picked Alicante and Sevilla over Granada.
The thing that was outstanding about Granada was the walkability.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was only one with 100% score.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But Alicante had very high healthcare. So that's what bumped Granada off of the medium size list. So let's get back to some questions here. Studios in New York City. Oh my God. Over 3,000? Greta, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Oh, well. Denver's not far off.
I loved Alicante, but not as gorgeous as Andalusia. Oh, interesting. I'm not sure that Andalusia made the list.
It didn't.
It did not.
No.
I mean, it didn't make our list, but we were only picking 2 cities out of each country, and I don't think it was on there, was it? Mm-hmm. So it must be more expensive to live there, or their healthcare was just mediocre. So we're coming to our last country, folks. And y'all, second to last. second to the last, and let's run that video. Now we're going to talk about Portugal, and this time Lisboa made the list because it is walkable. The crime rate is low. Did I not put any? Yes, I did. Okay, the crime rate is low. It's highly walkable. It's free. Reproductive rights are 100% available here in Portugal. Let me take that comment down. Sorry about that, guys. So the two towns we picked were Lisbon and Coimbra. Coimbra is our smaller city with a population of 105,000, high healthcare, low crime rate, highly walkable, and of course it's free. Now, when we say walkable in Portugal, y'all know Portugal is hilly. Coimbra is hilly. Lisboa is hilly. Even Porto is hilly. Only the Algarve has some flat places. I mean, our neighborhood is flat. We can walk to the grocery store, 3 grocery stores without tackling crazy hills. But in general, it's hilly, and that's just kind of the way it is.
Well, you can look at the pictures of Coimbra and see everything is up there on the hill.
Yeah.
Oldest university in Europe is in Coimbra.
That's what they said.
Coimbra, yeah.
That's what they said.
I believe.
So I know that it was started around 700, 800 AD, and then was moved here in Lisbon, actually, and then was moved to Coimbra in the 1300s. For those of you who do not know, Coimbra is the former capital of Portugal. I did not know that. And so some of those buildings are dating back to the 1100s, and they are still there, both on and off campus. There are medieval buildings still in Coimbra because both Coimbra and Porto escaped most of the damage of that big earthquake in the 1700s. There's archaeological structures dating back to the Roman era. And 1308 is when the university relocated to Coimbra. So yeah. Pretty cool. Coimbra is so pretty, guys. It really is.
It truly is.
So let's talk about cost of living. Where is Lisbon?
Down.
There it is. Okay. So we'll start with Lisbon. According to the database, 2 people can live outside of the city center here in Lisbon for $2,397 per month. And the buying power. $100 worth of goods bought in New York will only cost you $50.40 here in Lisbon. Half. Yeah. Some of you guys asked last week, has inflation been crazy here? No. Gas has always been out of control in Europe, and it's about $8 per gallon. I had to do my maths because they have it per liter. So gas is expensive. We don't drive, so or we're not, driving here, so we're not too concerned about that. But as far as the food costs, they haven't gone up really that much. A couple pennies, 10 cents, 30 cents here and there, I've noticed on some of the things that we were buying back when we were here in June. So not much. Coimbra is obviously a lot more expensive or inexpensive than Lisbon. So for a family of 2 living outside the city center, you can live in Coimbra for $1,482 per month. $1,482 per month. It is so pretty there. And buying power. Now, interestingly enough, because they bring a lot of stuff into Coimbra and it has to travel from Lisbon or from Porto, the buying power is $81 compared to $100 worth of goods in Manhattan. So you don't have as much buying power, but it's cheaper to live there because the rents are so much less expensive. I don't remember the food being that much more expensive there. We went to the grocery store several times.
Yeah, I don't remember it being that much more expensive either. But
maybe clothing and things like that. Maybe the utilities. I don't know. Yeah. But that $1,400, that includes utilities and that includes miscellaneous, guys. So that's not just rents. That's cost of living. So rent, utility, food, and miscellaneous like food and some eating out and beer and wine and things like that.
And I mean, everything in Lisbon is more expensive, though, because it's Lisbon, and you got a lot going on here, and people desire to live here more. But
I don't know
you
that the
know,
food was more expensive.
no, I don't think that's expensive at all. To me, it wasn't. I've never seen any difference. But I'm just saying, Lisbon is
Rent
more the
wise,
desired city for people to move for because that's the first thing that comes in mind. But
yeah.
like Amon said, there's the Silver Coast. There's a lot of other places in Portugal that you can live at less cost.
Yeah. And Coimbra is one of them. So, residency requirements for Portugal. We have gone over this a lot, but we're going to go over it again today. You need your passport. 2 recent passport size, 2, because I came with 1 to my appointment. Thankfully, I had another one and I was in there literally cutting it in the office. So, 2 passport size pictures, of course, the application, proof of income, how much. For the lead applicant, you'll need to present a minimum amount of €8,460 per year, which is about $9,000. For the dependent, well, actually today it's about $8,460. But, let's change it. Let's just round it up to 9,000. For the dependent applicant, you'll need to present half of that. So we're talking about, or that's per year, about $12,000 to $14,000 per year, if I do my maths, to qualify, y'all. All right. So you need to show your financials. You need to show your bank account statements, retirement accounts, all of that stuff. Proof of accommodations. This is the thing that kicks your butt with Portugal, because depending upon if you're in the San Francisco office, 1-year lease. In the DC office, I think it's still a 6-month lease.
6 months.
And then, of course, New York is 6-month lease as well. So you're going to need a 6 to 12-month lease. Y'all know that we work with Rossini. His information is down in the description. If you are interested in applying for D7 visa and you need accommodations and you've already done your scouting trip and you don't feel like going back to do this whole apartment thing, Rossini can help you. His information is down in the description. And where we live, he helped us find. We love it. Well, I love it. And I think, what else? Of course, your marriage certificate. You need health insurance. All right. So you're going to need health insurance before you even apply. And of course, your FBI background check. So, and some money, the fees. That's for all of the countries.
Mm-hmm.
All the countries have a fee. And I didn't say what that was because it's all pretty nominal. And when I say nominal, all of them were under $100. But the criminal background check, if you are in Boston and you're going to need to upload that, or if you accidentally open it, you have to get it apostilled. Google it. I'm not going to explain it. Apostilled. If you don't open the envelope and you have your in-person appointment, just show up with your unopened envelope and you're good. You don't need to get it notarized or anything like that. So that is Portugal, y'all. Okay, we are going to go to some questions before we go to our last country. Why did you choose Lisbon instead of Coimbra?
Well, we came to Lisbon. Before I came to Portugal, I never realized there was a Coimbra.
Oh,
So I had no desire to be there. I mean,
so we've been there now. Why did you choose Lisbon? I'm putting him on the spot. We ain't talked about this.
Why did I choose Lisbon?
Over Coimbra.
I think the reason I chose Lisbon over Coimbra is I just like the area more. There's more to me. A lot of different places you can go. The closeness of Cascais, the closeness of Sintra, and places like that. Just get on a quick train and be there in a short period of time. Where Coimbra, it might take you a little bit longer, but I've never ruled Coimbra out.
I'm a city girl.
Since I've been there.
I'm not a town girl. I'm born and raised in Los Angeles, California.
I can live in a town.
He's lived in a town. He wanted me to move to Fort Collins, Colorado, y'all.
Fort Collins is a nice place.
No, it's a homogenous place. It's
Colorado's homogenous.
it's a safer place. But no. Neckland. So Coimbra, it just depends on what you want, right? And so when you're picking your country, when you're picking your city, you should have a list of what you are looking for. And when we came to Europe in 2018, I realized I am not a lay out at the beach with an umbrella drink all day girl. I am a city girl. I want museums, I want concerts, I want all of that stuff always available. And so that's number one. Number two, we want to travel, and we want to travel a lot. Lisbon has an international airport, and there's no other international airport in Portugal. Porto may say it's international. The Algarve may say it's international. That's pretty. That's cute. But no, because if it costs me $80 to go, or €80 to go from here to Porto, and $40 to go from here to Italy.
Yeah.
So it depends on what you want. We're going to travel a lot. I need to be close to an airport. I don't want to have to take trains, planes, and automobiles to get to the airport. So that's me. Lisbon has beaches, so I'm good with that. I do need to be near the water, but I don't want to just do beach. So it has beaches and the city, and it has old, and it has new. And all of our friends are in Lisbon. All of our Portugal friends are in Lisbon, except for Christina and Aman, and they're busy with their kids. So they don't want to hang out with these old folks. They're busy with their kids doing their young people life. All of our friends are here, and anybody else can visit. So that's why.
I'd still like to go visit Christina and Aman.
Oh, we will. We will. We definitely will.
Visit to Silver Coast.
Monthly expenses for Sevilla. Did we not give those? I'm sorry.
I thought we did.
I thought we did too, but I'll give them again. Cost $1,948, $1,948 per month for a 2-bedroom apartment outside the city center for a family of 2. And then the buying power is $87.72. Halisi, which of all countries do you prefer? The country I live in, of course.
Portugal.
Okay, there's places that you want to visit and vacation in, and then there's places that you want to live. And the two are not necessarily the same.
No.
The reason why I love Portugal is, first of all, I wanted to live in Europe. I wanted to live, it has to be Western Europe for me right now, because I'm an American girl and I'm spoiled and I like a lot of the westernized amenities. So there's that. Loved Croatia. Beautiful. And so when we go and we visit Split and these other places, we'll see.
Yeah, Croatia is beautiful. Montenegro.
Beautiful. But I didn't like the people in Montenegro.
Greece. Beautiful, but
yes.
I don't think I'd want to live in Greece.
Greece made the list cost-wise, but had high discrimination scores. So visit, not live. Portugal, the main reason why Portugal spoke to me over Spain, besides the ease of the visa, is we blend. And that's the biggest thing. I don't want to be a perpetual tourist. I don't want to walk down the street and have people looking at me saying, "Oh, foreigner." And in Lisbon, Portugal, we blend. So,
and that's the biggest thing that you run into in Croatia. Of all the things I saw for people that moved to Croatia, for Black people that moved to Croatia, was you get the looks, but you don't get the nasty,
just curious
speak
looks.
Or there's just curious looks because they're not used to it in a lot of places. But from what I've read about it, they're very accepting.
So I don't mind curious looks. I really don't.
Just don't touch me. Don't try to touch my hair.
Don't touch me. No. Don't touch me. I don't know that I'd want to live someplace where I'm always getting curious looks. So that's the thing. It all depends on, everybody's different. And so this list is based upon stats and data. The cities that we picked from those countries are based off of data. Who had the higher healthcare, the best walkability, and all of that. A lot of our personal opinions did not go into it because most of these cities we haven't even visited. Like we said, we visit the countries, but not the cities. Okay. After the live, it'll be in the description. Okay, Copious Cat, love it. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but after the live, will it be in the description? I think you're asking. Yeah. Will what be in the description? This, I probably could make something pretty out of all of this data. So we've got our iPads here, and it's like a 5-page table. So I'll find a way to export it, and it's in Google Notes, and make it pretty. And yeah, I will we can put this in the description with the links and all of that stuff, because the links to the Earth Awaits are also in here. The fact that you can get your health care from your bank in Portugal is amazing. I know, right? These are the things. Some things are less convenient in Portugal. It took me 6 different tries to get my Metro card, but I got it, y'all. I got it. So I finally got the Metro card. One of the reasons why it took me 6 tries is because we weren't trying to wake up early. I was not setting an alarm. Whatever, I wake up, have my coffee, blah, 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 and then we'd saunter on down. And by the time we got down there, it was too late. He said, no, it's too late. If you grab a number now, we're not going to get to you. Come back tomorrow.
So many people. And of course, it's the first part of the month. So
first part of the month, students going back to school. And then the other thing is they just made, in Lisbon, they just made the Metro free for residents 65 and over.
65 and over and
23 and under.
Yeah.
Free, baby. Free. So right now, our transportation bill is $40 plus, or €40 plus €20. €60 per month is our transportation. And then, assuming we take no Ubers. Okay, Killer Queen says the tax implications in Spain are horrible for Americans. Do your research. That's interesting. So taxes. We're not going to talk about taxes. I'm not going to give tax advice because I don't know it. But we did look at the tax scheme in Spain and compare it to the tax scheme in Portugal, and Portugal's was better. There are Black expat groups talking about this, Facebook expat groups talking about the tax implications. I would if Spain is on your list and you really have your heart set on Spain, I would not count it out because of taxes. What I would do is contact a tax attorney or a tax person in Spain who understands, expat tax, and then talk to your tax person in the United States and see what the implications are and what the loopholes are, if any, right? I would not write it off, because there's too many people that I know that are living there and seem to be okay about it. See? Greta knows.
Oh, no.
Greta knows. Greta knows.
Hey, I worked there for a long time. I have not explored Asia.
So Asia is definitely on our list and will be much easier to get to from here. Asia, again, did not make the lists. And it is probably because I'm going to look at, I saw that they were in Bangkok now. I'm going to look and see if it's because of freedoms or because of the weather. It could be because of the weather. Because I know, the place that I really want to go to, Singapore, I heard is hotter than Hades. So if it's really, really, really hot there too much, it would not have made the list. I saw that she and her husband left Portugal, and I didn't really understand the reasons why they left, but guess what, folks? Every country is not for every person. Every city is not for every person. So she said she didn't like the food here. I love the food. There you go. What is the list? What is the list to the countries you're talking about?
Where is the list?
Oh, where? I can read, but can I? No.
Yeah, but you might need some more medicine.
I might need some medicine in these glasses. So let me copy this right quick. I'm going to copy the link to the Ready to Retire toolkit that way, and I'm going to put it in the chat. You can click right on it, and in the Ready to Retire toolkit, save. In the Ready to Retire toolkit, you can get access to the database. So I just posted it. So go ahead, open up another tab and click that. So yeah, back to Asia. So we definitely have plans on going to Asia, and we should probably do it in the winter or whatever their winter is, because I'm not about that humidity heat. All right. I loved Lisbon when I visited. Can Rossini find a flat area within Lisbon? Oh, yes. Yes, this is in Lisbon. We are in Lisbon proper. We are not across the river in Almada like we thought we were going to be. And so this is our living room. Hopefully the next time we go live, we will be in our official studio, which is our office. We will see if we can get that together. We did a lot of unpacking. We've got hangers now and stuff. So, yes, the weather, they were getting rained on and she was sweating. I'm not about that life. I'm not about that life. No. Okay, so that's all the questions. We've got all the questions. All right. Last on the list.
The UK.
As we said, they put in a conservative government that is doing things that would be considered ultra liberal in the United States. The two cities or towns on the list, I call them towns because both are about 280,000 in population. Newcastle upon Tyne, also known as Newcastle, and Swansea. Newcastle is in Wales. No, Swansea is in Wales. Swansea is in Wales, and Newcastle, of course, is on the Tyne River. So those are the two cities that we have in the UK. Now, folks, we know the UK is cooler, right? And so it did make the list, but it is going to be on the cooler side. If you like that, if you like, the high temperatures being 75 max and everything being around 50 degrees, 60 degrees like that, the UK is the place for you. In Newcastle, healthcare, very high, crime, low, freedom, it's free. It's the UK, right? And even with the conservative government, abortion rights are still free, are still available, and all of that. Very walkable in Newcastle. Swansea, both the buying power in the UK is not that great. Let's just be real. So this is going to be, if you're doing Fat Fire or something like that, this is going to be your option, because the buying power in Newcastle and Swansea is somewhere between $90 and $98 for what would cost $100 in Manhattan. But there's no way there's still no way that you can live in Manhattan for $2,364, which is what it costs in Swansea, right? Healthcare in Newcastle is very high, and it's high in Swansea. Crime low, freedom, and both are walkable. Swansea is the second largest city in Wales, with its legendary nightlife centered on Wine Street and the recently developed SA1 area. It is a must-see for visitors. Swansea is also known to be the birthplace of the poet Dylan Thomas and the home of swans. So, yeah. So that's all they need to know about Swansea. So that is Swansea and Newcastle. Now, it was hard for me to find the visa requirements for the UK, and probably because they don't need us. It is not like I'm looking at this. I do not see you just have to make sure that you can take care of yourself, but I'm not finding a numerical number. So I will find that, and I'm going to drop it in the description below if you're watching from the future. But of all of the countries that are on this list, they have not had the economic problem. They kind of are now, so maybe they'll change that in the next year. But they were not having the kind of economic problems as Greece, even though Greece is not on the list, as Spain, Italy, Portugal, right? Those countries were having economic problems, and the EU told them that they needed to create something to add to their population to bring money to the country, and that's why they have visas that are highly accessible. The UK, we're looking at a visa application form, 2 photographs, proof that you have the financial means to cover the living costs while in the UK. This may be your bank statements for the last 6 months, pay slips for the same period, etc. Proof of accommodations. You will need to present a document that shows that where you will be accommodated while you are living in the UK. Also, they want to know your flights. So, the crazy part about it, when you're coming and when you're leaving, but if you are trying to get residency, why would you have a return flight?
Right.
You can book a dummy flight, and you can book a dummy flight. So you need a TB test or the test results. And then if you do get in, you need some biometric information, like fingerprints and all of that stuff for a background check. So that is the UK. And like I said, I do not see numbers here. So if there is a specific amount that you need to make or have in your account, I will find out that information and drop it in the description below. And so that's what we got for you folks. I am going to read those countries again. We've got the UK,
Portugal, Spain.
Yes, one of his favorite places. Mexico, our other home. Italy. And last but certainly not least, Croatia. So those are the ones that made the list. I know someone is going to be in the comments talking about, what about the continent of Africa?
Yeah.
If the country is discriminating against LGBTQ, it's not going to make the list. If there is not reproductive health rights, it's not going to make the list. If the crime rate is not low and the pollution is low, it's not going to make the list. Perceived corruption.
Every place got corruption to some point.
The United States is corrupt. The United States is corrupt. So, how that corruption affects you as a resident is more important to me than just a general perception of corruption. And so for those reasons, for infrastructure reasons, the continent did not make the list. We will be visiting different countries on the continent. Y'all know that we spent almost a month in South Africa and 24 hours in Senegal or whatever. But and we love South Africa, but I could not live there.
No, not
It's
yet.
too far. It's just too far.
I way down there.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Even if their infrastructure, even if they weren't having the rolling blackouts that they're having as I speak, I still would not want to live there because it's too far from every place else, and we cannot travel cost effectively from South Africa.
Oh, you know who's in South Africa?
Who?
Connie
Rule is in South Africa?
Yes.
Good for her. So, yeah, it's beautiful. It is a beautiful country.
Yeah, it is very beautiful.
We had a great time there. We do have friends there. But I don't know, Cubana. Okay, I'm going to get to the questions. Y'all are asking questions. So, if you have a question, we're going to keep it short because I got to get back to the Exodus Summit tonight.
And I got to give you Cortez.
Move Abroad and Thrive. How could we forget?
MoveAbroadandThrive.com.
Move Abroad and Thrive. I will put that in the comments right quick. Let's see. Is this on? Move Abroad drive.com. Hey, Professor LCH, good to see you rolling back and forth from the Exodus Summit. I didn't even see you in there. I was looking for you. So I just put Cortez Ross's information in the chat. Let's go back to these questions. We are going to keep it short today, folks. Okay. Do the majority of the kitchens have induction stoves in Portugal?
I would think yes.
Did our Airbnbs have induction stoves?
No, we had gas. We had gas in the Airbnbs.
Oh, that's right. Those were on the other side.
Yeah, I would think they do because I think it's cheaper.
Maybe. So I guess it depends on whether it's gas or electricity. I think it probably depends on the age of the building as well. And then what updates have been done. There, our kitchen has been totally updated. So the stove is relatively new, I'd say in the last 4 or 5 years. The dishwasher is new. The washer is, all of them are digital. So they're relatively new.
Mm-hmm.
So that probably has something to do with it too. I love the fact that for electric stove, it heats up like this. There's some trickiness about it though. Every time I sit anything on it, it starts beeping. Like it doesn't want anything sitting on it. And it's like, my hand, beep, 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 anything. Hi, Halisi, why was I denied? Yeah, La Cubana, I don't know. So if you created a profile and it's less than 24 hours old, I think Facebook will automatically deny you. La Cubana, send us an email, hello@ourblackutopia.com, hello@ourblackutopia.com, and let me know what your YouTube name and email is. And if I need to friend you and invite you because you have a new profile, then let me know. I don't think I have our email address on here, do I? No, I don't. Okay. So I'm sorry that you were denied. I know a few people were denied. So our Facebook page, for those of you who don't know, because y'all asked for it, started Fire Over 50 Facebook group. It's Our Black Utopia Fire Over 50, but it's just Facebook / Fire Over 50. So if you do that, you will get in. So you must spend 6 months in Portugal. Where will you spend your other 6 months?
Wherever we want, pretty much.
Yeah.
Hey, it depends. We haven't really made up our minds. It depends on what we want to do. Hell, we might go to Mexico for a couple months again and just hang out in Mexico. I mean, we're residents there. We're going to do a lot of traveling. So throughout Europe, Africa, everything is close by. Asia. So yeah.
I want to see Day of the Dead in Mexico. So
there you go.
We will definitely be there in October. Will it be October 20? It's not going to be next month. No. Or this month. It's not going to be this month. That's for sure. Will it be October 2023? Maybe. So we'll see. We will see. But yeah, so you can, if you get a D7 visa, you cannot be gone from Portugal for any 6 months consecutively. It loosens up a bit once you get into years 3, 4, and 5. But even permanent residents cannot be gone more than 2 consecutive years or 24 consecutive months. So, but we're seeking citizenship. So that's what we want to do. Our Black Utopia meetup in April 2023. I'm trying to go sneaker shopping with Rick.
Let's do it.
Y'all, if a meetup in April, could we do a meetup in April? Could we do a plan to meet up in April? We might. Let us think about this. All right. We got to get our information from the visa office. We'll tell you what's going on for any of you guys who are trying to get Portuguese residency and are in Americans and Friends in Portugal Facebook group. Y'all know VFS San Francisco is way behind.
Way behind.
Someone who had their appointment in the end of June 28th or something like that, just got notification a week ago.
Yeah. They are way behind.
A week ago. So sea like the sea. SEA, Swansea. Huh.
What do we say, Swansea?
Yeah. Because it sounds prettier.
Makes sense. It does sound prettier, but Swansea makes sense.
I'm moving to Lisbon in June. Yay! I'm thinking about San Miguel de Allende or Querétaro for my other 6 months. Okay, you go now, Kendall.
There you go.
That's a hard choice. I think San Miguel de Allende is smaller and there's a larger
expats
community
and a lot of English spoken there.
in San Miguel de Allende. So, yeah, I think it just depends on what you're looking for and what you want, and what you feel comfortable about.
Definitely want to visit Ireland.
And Scotland.
In Scotland, yeah, because the flights there weren't expensive either.
They're not expensive. They're at $40 round trip. And I've got some Scottish and Irish fourth and fifth cousins I found out from Ancestry.com. So there you go. I'll go visit family. Knock, knock, knock. Hey,
I'm here.
It's cousin Halisi from the States. Oh my gosh. Rolling over Exodus Summit break for weekend pass, folks. Oh, okay. Yeah, I had the all access pass, and I know in 5 minutes is going to be Q&A time. So we're going to be wrapping this up because I paid and I got to get my stuff. So yeah, move abroad and thrive. Hi, Halisi and Rick. Sorry for joining late. No problem.
That's understandable.
In between Exodus, someone said, you are awesome. Oh gosh, you guys are great. Do you have gas or electric heat? Electric.
We have electric heat.
I heard that Putin is making heating more costly. How much is it for you? So we have not gotten our first full electric bill. So we are really watching our electricity. Thankfully, like there's no central air or central heat. It's in each room. I've been running the AC since we've been on because with the lights and everything, I start heat flashing, hot flashing or whatever. I don't know. So the AC's on. So it'll be interesting. We will let you guys know when we have a full month of expenses, a full normal month. October is still not going to be normal. So I'd say November, we'll let you know what the expenses are. We can let you know about the electricity bill at the end of October. But yeah, we weren't here for most of September. So,
And the weather hasn't really changed yet. We're due for it.
Yeah, it was 80 degrees today, y'all. So I only mentioned the Netherlands due to the DAFT, but as don't know what else you were going to say. Gotcha, man.
You have to stay in Portugal at least 6 months and a day. Okay.
We're not going to be gone for 6 consecutive months. We're just not. I mean, we have a 1-year lease, and I do not revel in paying for space that I'm not using. So yeah, we don't have to worry about that, but that's good information. How can I reach you via email? So yeah, I did put that in the chat, the comments or the chat. It is hello@ourblackutopia.com. Okay. So 6 months and 1 day.
And a day.
Okay. We ain't gonna be gone, so I haven't done that. I haven't done that much research. So Halisi, I have a friend in Singapore. She said it's always hot, hot, hot and humid. They are retiring to Hawaii. They're rich. You have to be rich to live in Singapore.
You have to be rich to live in Hawaii.
You have to be rich. Well, heck. Well, if you can afford Singapore, you can afford Hawaii. Yeah. So yeah, you have to be rich to live in Singapore, and so this might be a 48-hour trip unless we can find a good house sit.
Yeah, house sit. A house sit
in Singapore, right? So I think we nailed it. I think we did it, guys. So once again, we will definitely put the table and everything that we have. I'll figure out a way to export it, make it pretty, and put it in a link in the description. Give me 24 hours because I'm about to go back to Exodus Summit. I might be doing it while I'm watching. I don't know. But we love you guys.
And I'm going to have me a glass of wine.
It's 10 o'clock here.
Take a chill pill.
It's 10 o'clock. I'll be up past midnight with Exodus Summit. But, what I want to leave you with is this. Retiring when you have not planned and getting your stuff together. And the Susie Orman Robbins guy, whoever that guy is, Tony Robbins guy, of having to have $5 million in the bank and stuff like that is simply not true. It just isn't. And so there are creative ways to get to where you want to go a lot faster. And one is to lower your cost of living. So if you are still saving money and you still need to save money and you still need to work, if you move from where you are, whether it is in the States, move from New York to Alabama, or whether you move from the States to another country, this can be the ticket to allow you to save more money so that you can retire. That's what we did. We would not be able to live like this in Denver. We just wouldn't. One of us would still have to work. And we're not about that life anymore. Tomorrow is not promised. So y'all, do your Googles. Use this list as a starting point and find the place that is great for you and let the exploration begin.
Yeah.
If you like this content, please subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you know every single time that we go live. You can support our channel by sharing this video, sharing our other videos, buying us a coffee, signing up for our email list. So if you get the Ready to Retire Toolkit, you'll automatically be signed up for our email list. And you'll get everything when we start launching Beyond the Bling and any other group coaching that we do.
Hey.
And thank you, Dr. Phil.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much from Oakland, California for the super chat. As y'all know, every single super chat, all of our super thanks money, all of it goes to our scholarship fund so that we can help someone else, do our Beyond the Bling or any of our other coaching challenges. We use this as scholarship money to pay for folks who cannot afford it. So we thank you. We thank you. We thank you. And we will see you next week.
Spread the love and spread the knowledge.
Yes. See y'all. Bye.